Hello, my authentic tribe. For those that do not know me, my name is Nicole Carey, and I am a licensed professional counselor in Michigan. And so I wanted to come on today to talk to those that are struggling with anxiety as it relates to seeking validation, not sure if they're enough, wanting to achieve acceptance from others. I see clients for various reasons, but oftentimes I see clients related to anxiety. And so I would ask a client, do you know what your triggers are that would cause the anxiety, right? And so then they would share that often it is wanting to be accepted from others, right? Like they are concerned whether or not someone likes them. They're not knowing if someone is thinking negatively about them. And so that impacts their mood, and it causes them to experience anxiety around being accepted in social settings. And so I just wanted to come on here and share and talk to those that may be experiencing this as well. That it's nothing wrong with seeking validation at times, right? It depends on the reason for the validation that you're wanting it, right? So as when children are growing up, it's a good thing to validate your child, right? It builds healthy self-esteem and confidence. If you're an adult and you may have like this particular work task that you needed to get done or a project, and you're wanting corrective feedback, or you want to know how you did so you can improve, or if it was on target of what was needed, right? So those things are fine, and it's nothing wrong with asking for the feedback and seeking the validation. You may even seek validation in your relationship as it relates to, because it makes sense, right? You go with somebody or you're in a relationship and you're wanting to know them to tell you like, hey, I appreciate when you did this and that, and I'm validating that, the way that you treat me and those things, so that you know that things are working well and things are good. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's only when you're seeking validation, and it's hindering you, right? So it's hindering you from making a decision. It's hindering you from having relationships because you're unsure of yourself. And so then you're like so worried, so much so that it's causing you the anxiety, right? If that is you, then yes, you need to do your inner work. But I also want you to know that you can do all the things, right? And when I say all the things, because sometimes people have the need to please, unfortunately. And if that is you, then you definitely need to do your work. But in that, you're like, oh, I just want to make a person happy, right? I just want them to like me. So I'm going to do all these things in hopes that they like me, right? And so even with you doing all the things, it doesn't mean that someone's going to like you. And if they don't like you, then it doesn't mean that it's something wrong with you. It can be where someone just doesn't like you for whatever their reasons are. And it's not necessarily something that you could do to change that. So it's important that you validate yourself. And it's also important that you achieve self-acceptance in knowing that you are enough. And so self-acceptance is just that you accept yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't want to work on areas in your life, but it is that you're like, hey, I'm accepting who I am right now, and I am okay with me. I love me, and I am going to validate myself in knowing that I am enough. And that is what you want to achieve, so you can be healthy in your own esteem, in your own confidence of your abilities, and not seek it from other people, so that it won't cause you the anxiety and panic of what is somebody thinking of me and am I enough? And I know oftentimes that someone can be thinking that being enough requires you to have all these accolades, or to have a certain amount of success. And so if you're comparing yourself or thinking that, well, I don't have this or that, and so I'm not feeling that I'm enough, you're enough because of your existence. So you are enough because you exist. It's not all the things that you do that make you enough. And so some people, I don't know how focused people are in just being in the word and knowing the word, meaning Bible. But if you are one that is aware of the word, or if you're not, I just want you to know that when God created you, you were created as enough. When he created everything on the earth, when he created it, he said, and it is good. So when he formed you in your mother's womb, he knew you. He knew that you were enough. That's why you're here. You're enough. So when you're seeking validation from others and you start to compare yourself to others and you're questioning whether or not you're enough, I want you to know you are. I also want you to do your work, the inner work, so that you can validate yourself, so you can achieve self-acceptance. So I don't know who this is for, but I just wanted to share it. Okay? Enjoy your day.